So do you want to make your first $10,000 online selling digital products? If that's the case, then you're in the right place. Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Camille, known as the Ecom King, and I've made over $200,000 selling digital products. And I started selling digital products back in 2020. So what I'm going to be doing right now is giving you a free course, completely step by step, on how you as a beginner can sell digital products right now. Now, I've even created a free Google Doc sheet obtaining all the info that I'm going to be going through today. And as soon as we hit 1,500 likes, it'll be in the pinned comment and in the description below. So let's start the digital products free course for 2024. So what is a digital product? The funny thing is, you're probably already a consumer of a digital product. It's an online website where you're buying a digital product. So instead of it being a physical thing that gets delivered to your house, as soon as you order it, you get a download. So for example, a game is a digital product. So when you're playing Call of Duty or Minecraft or any of these types of games, it's a digital product. Now, you're gonna wanna be using ChatGPT throughout this whole process because it's really gonna help you and save your time. Now, ChatGPT 4.0's just come out. Now, this is a massive upgrade for every single one of you because it's completely free to use and it's a lot smarter. So the first thing that I've asked ChatGPT is, what are the best selling digital products in the US? You can see here it says online courses and ebooks, digital art and NFT, 3D model assets, photography and photo presets, stock video and audio presets, templates for like Notion or any other company like Osome. Then you got fonts, then you got music and sound effects, digital planners and journals, and then you've got newsletters. So based on that list, I'm just gonna break each one of these down and try and find something that I could sell. Now, the one that's really stood out to me is digital planners and journals, as I already have a good friend of mine that's doing 7 figures a year selling these as a digital product. So once I've found the niche, I want to go to Pinterest. Now on Pinterest, what I want to do is I want to search for that keyword. Now you can see I've put in planners, and journals and planners is now coming up as a search term. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click it. Now, if you don't know how to get access to this, you just come to the top left, create a Pinterest account, and you want to go to where it says Pinterest trends, and you'll find it under here under analytics, or you can just Google Pinterest trends and it will come up. Now, the reason why we're using Pinterest is because our key audience tends to come onto this platform as a digital product buyer. Pinterest is very correlated to where we're going to sell to our consumer. Now you can see journals and planners is coming in. Now you can see that this trend is for the United States. Now if you click this, you can change it to the UK, any country you want, but I stick to the US as it's the biggest market. Now I'm going to change the date range to the last 3 months, as recent data is more important for me. Now you can see in the last 3 months, this is starting to get momentum. Now, of course, this shows me interest over time, which is important. Now, remember guys, we're doing niche research. Is the niche good to sell in right now? Because not every niche is great to sell at certain times of the year. So you want to be getting involved in a niche that has momentum at the moment. Now guys, if we scroll down, this is where things get very interesting. You can see related trends: journaling, daily planner, planner ideas, first page journal, but most important, look at this, memory journal, by the looks of it, is currently trending. Now you can see memory journal is in green, journals and planners is in blue. So if I change this to the last year, what do we see? We can see memory journal has got a stronger trend at the moment, although journey and planners is doing pretty well. So why do I care about memory journal? Because this is a niche inside of a niche. The niche is journey and planners, but this is a specific category in this niche. So I might want to sell memory journals inside of this niche. And check this out, guys. If we scroll all the way down, guess what? Popular pins. So based on what we've just found, it's going to show me pins, which are products that we could potentially sell. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, we need to see if there are people selling these and making money. So guys, here's a bonus tip if you want to do audience research or your product within your niche research. So you want to come to Google Trends, type in United States, change it to 2008 to present, and change it to Google Shopping Intent. So you can see here I've typed in iPhone wallpaper. Now this is showing me the popularity on Google. So people are going on Google looking to buy this, and this is the interest over time. And you can see it stayed pretty stable throughout the last, let's say, 13 years. So that means that there's an ongoing demand for iPhone wallpapers non-stop. Now you can see I've done the same search term but for Android, and it's completely dead. Now again, this could be legitimate or this could just be a one-off. But Google Trends is what I would call an additional extra to help you with is that niche or is that category really hot right now? So now I've done my audience research and my niche research. I'm coming to Etsy, as Etsy is honestly the biggest hub for digital products in my opinion. Now the guys on here, this is why we're not going to lose against these guys. Don't panic and be like, well, what's the point of me selling a digital product if all these guys are making all the money? The difference between us and them is, one, they don't do branding very well because they're selling on Etsy, and number two, they're not running paid ads or they're not doing external marketing to promote their listing. They're just looking for Etsy traffic to get buyers. We're going to have our own website that we're going to build our nice beautiful brand on, and we're going to be running ads to it to promote it. So that's why we get a leap ahead of these guys. Now you can see I've typed in digital planners and journals. Now you want to change this to reviews and top reviews. Now the reason why we're doing that, guys, is because we want to see how many orders these guys are getting. You can see here, this one's got 11,000 reviews. That doesn't show me how many orders there are. That just shows me how many customers have left testimonials. So normally it's around about 5 to 10% of people leave reviews out of all the customers. So if you just do the math, there's been a lot of people that have bought this digital planner. Now, if we go onto their listing, you can get a better idea of how this looks, and you can see what is the digital product. You can see what it looks like and what it is. Now you can also spy on their page. You can see here it says meet your seller, and you can click on where it says owner, and this is going to give you all of their listings. You can see every single one of them now. Now the reason why you want to do this research is because you want to see what's selling the best for them, what's making them the most money, and how has it been designed. We're not looking to copy them, but we're looking to take inspiration from them. Now you can clearly see there are other sellers making a lot of money, because this one's got 3,700 reviews. Geez, I didn't even see this one, guys. This one's got 26,000 reviews. All you need to do is 26,000 times however much they're selling it for. So I've just got a calculator to show you how much these guys are going to be making. So if you times that by 26,000, remember, these ain't all the reviews. You can see that's how much money they've made just based on the customers that have left the review. Imagine the ones that haven't, which is around about 90%. So that just shows you that these digital planners obviously make money. Now, guys, we've got to bear in mind that there's a lot of digital planners. So what can we do to fit into the market? We don't want to copy. We want to find gaps in the market that are obviously losing people behind. Now, what's making this digital planner better than that digital planner? Let's figure it out. Okay, straight away, it's got graphics on there. You can see these nice colorful graphics. And if we look at the one with only 11,000 orders, you can see there's not really many graphics on there. You can also see the mock-ups that they've made. A mock-up basically means the image they're using on here are a lot nicer than the images here. It already grabs your attention more. So if we're going to be selling a digital planner, we now know what we need to do to get ahead of our market. We kind of want to use this as a base frame in terms of this is the minimum we want to do when it comes to a digital planner. Now that's the Etsy method to finding people that are selling. Now another method is going to the Facebook ad library or the Meta ad library, changing it to United States, all ads, and then filter it to active ads. That way you're only seeing people that are actually running ads right now and making money. Now, once you've applied those filters, you're going to see advertisers selling their product. And you can see I've searched for digital planners and journals. So now we're seeing people that are running ads to this digital product, where the Etsy sellers aren't doing that. So one of the advertisers that's grabbed my attention is called Chick Planners, and you can see this is their ad and this is what they're running to get people's attention. Now, if we go on their Facebook page and then their website, this is their landing page, and it already looks 20 times better than an Etsy page. That's why we're not going to be selling on Etsy, because look at the difference. You've got a nice branded look, which I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do this in a minute, but you can see they've got their own really nice website. And if we scroll through this, we can really use this to help us build our website. What graphics are they using on their website? All of these graphics and mockups they're using are really, really nice, and it's going to help them get conversion rate. Conversion rate means how many people are going to buy the product. Straight away, I'm very, very impressed with this landing page, because it's definitely got the right colors and images to convert people into customers. Remember, we're not reinventing the wheel. We're looking to make the wheel better with what's already working. So once you find your competitors that have got their own websites, you want to start bookmarking these guys, because you're going to go back to them later to help you with your own website and branding and even ads. So you want to make sure you add these to a bookmark, or you copy their link and add it to a note, because this is really going to help you later on. So now we found what we want to sell as a digital product, because we've done our audience research. We found out that there's people that are interested. There's people on Etsy making a lot of money, and there's also people running ads, which means they're making money to spend money on ads. So by going through all of those factors, I'm now convinced that this is a great product for me to sell as a digital product. Now, something else that I'd recommend is try and sell digital products that you've genuinely got an interest in. Now, I like Lightroom presets. So that is actually the industry I made $200,000 with. I used to sell Lightroom presets. Now, the reason why I got into that was because I already knew who the target market was. I already knew what they wanted. I already knew who they were because I'm one of them. So I know what would get them to buy the product. And I also knew what was a good product because I'm an end user. Now, technically, I don't have a great interest in this because I'm not into like journaling or planning. But if you are watching this and you are, this would be a great platform because you know what people would want and what people wouldn't want. Anyway, let's get back into it. So where do you get your digital product made? I would always recommend that you get it made by a freelancer, and the platform that I'd recommend is Fiverr, because you're going to get Fiverr's protection based on if you buy it from a seller and they basically oversell themselves and the product's crap, you can get a refund. If you're doing orders privately, then of course there's more risk because you don't have the protection from the platform. Now, I've always used Fiverr because I've always only had great work done from there. So you can see I've typed in on the search bar digital journal, and you can see loads of people are offering to make me my own custom digital journal. You can see loads and loads and loads of people offering me that service. And you can see it can range from $8 to $15 to $20. So it's very, very affordable to use them as somebody to make it. Now, something that I'd recommend that you always do is change the freelancer level to around about level 2. Always change the language to English, as you want to make sure that the language barrier isn't there. And then any of these guys that come up now based on those are a great option. Now, this seller here has grabbed my attention, and there's a few more that have grabbed my attention. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it, and you can see here it tells you what packages they've got: basic, standard, and premium. Obviously, they're going to go up a lot more the higher you go. But remember, once you buy this once, that's it. You don't have to have it buy it again because it's an unlimited download. So once you buy the product once, you don't need to keep buying them like with physical products. Now, something that I'd recommend that you do is always contact the seller before you buy from them. So click contact me, and then you're going to see here, it's going to give you a few options. Do you want a custom offer? Do you want to ask them something? I always go with the middle one because I want to ask them about a custom offer. Now, once you do that, it's going to open up a chat where you can communicate with the freelancer. And what you want to do is you want to send them examples of the winning sellers. So you might want to go back to that website like this one and send them the link and say, this one's doing really well at the moment. This one's doing really well at the moment. And you don't want them to copy them. You want to make it very clear. I don't want you to copy them, but I want you to add everything that they've got that's working, but I also want you to innovate and make it better. Now, they're a professional in that niche. They should know how to look at this and be like, I know how to improve it, and they should improve it for you. I honestly believe paying between $50 and $200 for a digital product that's custom made from people like on Fiverr that are going to take inspiration from your competitors and make it better is definitely worth the investment. Now, what a lot of people do is they buy from Etsy sellers and then resell them, which I would not recommend doing because you're going to get into trouble. So it's always best to get them custom made by freelancers, and you want to make sure that when you speak to these freelancers, you tell them it has to be custom and you don't want to rip things off. Now, there are a few other places you can go to get digital products made, but Fiverr is the one I'd recommend. I will leave all the other recommendations in the cheat sheet, but I do recommend that the majority of you do use Fiverr. So guys, we should now be in a position where we know what we're selling. We've placed an order on Fiverr for our digital product. We now need to create our branding. We need to come up with a brand name, a logo, and a website so we can now build a brand and start selling. Now, honestly, the easiest way to come up with a brand name and a brand kit is by coming back to ChatGPT, use 4.0, and come down in the bottom where it says message ChatGPT and put the following. You can see I put, hello, I'm selling a digital product, which is a planner and journal, and I am planning to sell to females in the USA. Please come up with a brand name. Now, the key thing that I've asked here is what I'm selling, who it's to, and what country, because with that info, ChatGPT is now going to know to come up with a brand name that's more feminine than masculine. Now, the key here is you also want to go on ChatGPT and find out who your audience is. Now, I didn't really need to use ChatGPT to do this, but I already know women are buying this more than men based just off the colors and based off the listing, I can already tell. But if you're not sure, it's always great to ask ChatGPT who are the biggest consumers of, and then whatever your digital product is. Now you can see ChatGPT has given me 10 names: Bliss Planners, Her Journey Journals, I quite like that one, it's catchy, Bloom and Plan, Evolve Diaries, Chic Scribe, Femi Focus Journals. I'm going to be honest with you, the second one gets my attention the most, but we want to make sure that this is available to buy as a domain name. So we need to go to Hostinger. Now, Hostinger is the platform that we're going to be using for building our website, getting our domain name and everything. So make sure you guys use my exclusive link because you can get up to 75% off using my link, and you're also going to get a free domain name. So instead of paying $20 for a domain name, you're going to get it for free using my link. So make sure you use my link to build the store to actually get your domain name, because that way you're going to save a lot of money. Now, the reason why I wouldn't recommend other platforms like BigCommerce or Shopify, and although I love Shopify so much, I just think as a beginner for digital products, it's very expensive to use it. In my opinion, Shopify is the king of physical products. They are the best platform to use for that case. Now, you can still use them if you really want to for digital products. They are also very amazing at doing that. But I just think for value for money, when it comes to a beginner, I think Hostinger will win for this scenario. Now, whoever you plan on using, whether it be Hostinger or Shopify, make sure you use my links in the description because it will help benefit the channel as I do get a kickback. But anyway, once you come to here, you want to click claim a deal, create an account, and then go to domains, and then you can search. So I've pasted my domain here, which is the one that ChatGPT gave me, and I'm going to click search. And you can see here, if we scroll down, herjourneyjournals.com is available, guys. So we can actually go with this brand name because it's available, and it is a very, very catchy name. So I can now add this to cart. Now, if you've used my link in the description, you should be able to get your first domain name for free, so you don't even need to worry about paying for it. Now, the next thing that we need to do is create a logo, and that's going to be used by Canva. Canva honestly is the go-to place when it comes to designing logos, graphics, markups, everything that we're going to be doing for the website is primarily going to be used on Canva, guys. So I would recommend that you get a pro account. You get a 30-day free trial. You might as well use it. It's going to be very, very helpful throughout your journey. And because you're selling digital products, Canva is honestly going to be your best friend. So you want to come to Canva and type in logo, and then you're just going to want to click search. Now you can see here it says style. Now I'm going to change my style to feminine because I'm selling to female, so I'm going to click it. I've also changed the theme to business, and you can see here now these types of logos I think are going to be perfect for my brand. Now you can see that this logo came up and I quite like it a lot, so I'm going to be using this as the example by clicking customize this template. Now all I'm going to do is change the text to my logo name. Now you can see I've literally just changed the text, and you can see here it says Her Journey Journals, and I've just resized the text so it fits, and I've moved these little star icons closer to this text so it fits in. Now for me, honestly, I think it's completely fine to use as a logo. Now if we look at my competitor's logo, it's very similar. It's just their brand name with a little fancy little object here in between the two names. So if you want to go for that style, you can, but I've literally just gone for this one and I think it works. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot like this. That way the logo is going to fit better on the website. Now you're going to want to make sure that you find out what colors are being used on the font by just clicking it and going to color font, because you're going to want to use the same colors on your website so it all matches and stays congruent. So now we got our logo, guys. We're going to want to go back to our Hostinger dashboard, go to websites, click add a website, and then you want to go to where it says hosting a website builder, not the WordPress one, the one below it, and click it. Then it's going to say select a Hostinger plan, and then you want to go to where it says get new hosting plan, and then you're going to want to go for the premium web hosting. This is honestly the one that you guys are going to need. That way you're going to be able to build up loads of different websites and sell different digital products. You're going to get better storage, you're going to get a free email, you're going to get a free domain name, and you're also going to get more perks. And because you get my 75% off, it's only $3 for your first month, so it is very affordable. So you want to select that one, guys, and then you can choose if you want it for 48 months, 24 months, 12 months. But if you just want to test the water, guys, just go for 1 month. The only problem with going for the 1 month, guys, is you will not get a discount. You will pay the full price. Now, once you've done that, guys, it will show you your hosting, and then you can scroll all the way down to where it says create a website. Then once you've done that, guys, you'll be able to see the hosting plan that you just chose. I'm going to choose this one here where it says single web hosting. Then you're going to be able to see the hosting plan that you chose prior. Then you want to hit select plan, and then it says let AI create your website in minutes, so click start creating. Then you want to enter your brand name. Then you want to change the website type to online store, and then it says description. Now, where it says description, we're actually going to get ChatGPT to help us with this. And I asked ChatGPT, this is the brand name that I've chosen. Please make an about us for our website. And now it's written a nice little about us for our website. So now we can just grab the first paragraph, not all of it, and copy it and put it back into the hosting a bit here, and we can use it. Now you want to open up personalized settings, because instead of going for surprise me, I'm going to go for elegant because that's more feminine. So I'm going to choose that. Now, where it says colors, you can choose my color palette. Now, under my color palette, you can choose the colors. Now, you want to keep light, you want to keep dark, but the accent color should be the logo color. So if we go back to the logo design, click it, click on the color, and you can see here, it's going to show me the hex code. So I'm going to copy this and go back to hosting it. And we're going to click the pencil here and we're going to paste it. And as you guys can see, after pasting it, it's now changed it to the right color. So now we can click create a website. And just like that, guys, our website has been briefly made. Now, this is just the framework. We're going to be adding to this and removing things in the next few moments. So you want to go to where it says edit in the top right. And then it's going to say name your online store. So we're going to call it the brand name. And then you're going to select the country that you're based in. Then you're going to see store manager. This is where we're going to be adding the product later. But if you go to the top left, you can see website manager. You're going to want to open that in a new tab. And then you're going to want to go to where it says edit website, and then it will then take you back to where we can start editing the website a little bit later on. Now you want to go back to the store manager and go to where it says add your first product. So click add product. Then it's going to say physical, service, donation, or digital. Now obviously we're doing digital, so we're going to click digital. Then you can see it says visible or hidden. We're going to have it as visible. Then you're going to drop the image or the download here. Then we're going to have some images of our digital product. Now we're going to come back to this later because we don't have any yet. Then it's going to say title, subtitle, and ribbon. We're going to come back to this a little bit later on. Then we're going to have price, discount, and SKU, categories, and file. Now the file is extremely important, guys. Now this is where you're going to be uploading the Fiverr's order. So you place an order on Fiverr, they will send you the order for you to approve. Once you've approved it, you should get a PDF or an MP4 or a preset file. Whatever you're selling, you should have it in a file format. Now once you've got that, you're going to click upload file, and that's where your digital product's going to be. Now you can see here it says customers will receive an email with a link to download digital products. The link will expire 48 hours. Now, Hostinger will handle them emailing the customer with the downloadable link that will be protected. That way it can't be shared with loads of different people, and that way it's safe and secure. Now, for just this example, guys, I'm literally just going to open a PNG here just to have it there so you can see it later. Now, if we scroll up, you can see price. Now, this is where we want to look at our competitor. So this is our competitor. They're selling it for around about $24.99. So I'm going to go back to mine, and I'm going to be selling mine for $24.99 too. Now, where it says price, guys, we're going to want to match our competitor or be slightly more. Now, the price here is going to be technically the discounted price. They do it back to front. So where it says price, this is what we're saying it used to be. And then where it says discount price, that's what we're selling it for. So we're technically giving a $10 discount. That is really important to do, guys. That way people are going to view you as giving a discount, which means they're going to buy the product. If we look at our competitor, you can see they've done the exact same thing. They've done a 50% off. Now, because of Facebook ads rules, they don't allow you to do 50% off. So that's why I'm not doing it. I'd stick to 40%. Now you can scroll all the way back up to the top, and it says add to bag button for this product. Now I'm actually going to disable this because it doesn't need to be turned on because I'm only selling one digital product. Now, if you're going to be adding multiple to the store, enable it. But if it's going to be a one product store, I'd honestly say disable it because they're only going to be buying that or nothing. Now, where it says description, you're going to want to use the AI writer. You can see I've typed in all-in-one digital planner for women, and then it's going to click generate text. Now, you can also use ChatGPT if you want to, if you prefer the way that they do the description, but this is what I've written. I've written, please make a description for my website. Product feature are all-in-one digital planner for women, customizable side tabs, dated and undated planners, including all these different things. Now, you can get this information from your competitors, or you can write it based on what the Fiverr freelancer gave you in the order. So as you guys can see here, ChatGPT made me a really nice description. So what I can do is I can copy all of this and paste it into our store manager here. So as you guys can see, I copied and pasted it. Now you might want to reformat this. You can see here, it gives you header 1, header 2, bold. You can bullet point it, you can color change it. So you might want to slightly change this. Now, once you've reordered it or changed it to however you want, you can scroll up to where it says title. Now I'm calling mine all-in-one digital planner for women. I'm just going to keep it nice, clean, and simple like that. Now that's my title. I don't think you need a subtitle. I do think adding a ribbon could help. Now in the ribbon, I would put sale or discount or exclusive deal. Or my favorite is instant access. So I've put instant access. You could put bestseller. You could put 10,000 people have bought it. You can put so many things in here, but this is just to build trust or to get people to want to buy it. Now, of course, we're now moving on to the last thing here, which is going to be the product images. We need to go back to Canva to make these. Now, when you go back to Canva, I've typed in digital planner. Now, when you type in digital planner, you're going to find loads of templates templates that we can reuse, and you can see they're very easy to basically change for ourselves. Now you kind of want to go for this style as a home image or this style here. Now we actually want to use our competitor's home image. Now this is their home image. This is the one that's getting the most attention. So what do we want to add here? They've added 6 mockups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've added here the links to Google and Apple Calendar. That way people know that it's cross-platform. They've added 30-day refund, and they've also added this text here to grab attention. So we need to add all of these features into our home image. So you can see I like this template here, so I'm going to click it. And you can see if I scroll down, there's loads of other template ideas coming up. Now, I honestly like this one a lot, and I also like this one a lot because it already has 3 devices on there that I can reuse. So I'm going to click it and click customize template. So what you want to make sure that you're doing, guys, is make sure that your Fiverr freelancer has provided some screen grabs of the end product, so that once you've got these templates, all you have to do is double click this, and you can see it's just a simple image behind it. I can click the delete button. You can see if I then go to the upload section here on the left, all I've got to do is drag this image, which should be your mock-up of what you're actually selling, and place it in here. And look what happens, it now enters the screen. I can do the same thing here, double click it, click delete, double click this, click delete. Again, drag this image and it will fill it in. Drag this other image and it will fill it in. That way we should now have 3 images of our mockup. So as you guys can see, I've just quickly filled this in. You guys are gonna have way more time than me to do this, but once you've got those mockups or those images of the screen grabs of what it looks like, you can just drag and drop them in like I just showed you. Now what I might wanna do is get rid of some of this text because I don't need it. So I'm gonna delete this text, delete this text, delete this text, and at the bottom here, delete it. Now, if I want to, I can actually resize it and make it better. Going off my competitor, everything's at the top. So I'm going to move this up here. I'm going to move this up here, and I'm going to move this here. Now, if I click on the image, you can see position. I'm going to click backwards. That way it's now behind the MacBook. Now I've actually decided to move the MacBook at the top and move the devices here at the bottom. Now we can start deleting these little icons here, and I can also change the background. So if I double click the background, you can see here the color, and I can change it to a gradient. Now I like this gradient here a lot because it's quite a girly gradient, and I can click this here at the bottom and click delete, and now you can see it's just a gradient that's showing. Now if I click on the gradient again, you can click settings, and you can actually change the style the gradient is placed in, because I believe that the original style isn't the best. I think this way the gradient lies is actually better. So I'm going to go with gradient number 2. So now I can actually go back to where it says elements, and I can type in refund. And you can see when you type in refund, it's going to say graphics, see all, and you can drag any of these refund icons onto the actual page. So I'm just going to drag this one here where it says full refund, and I'm just going to resize it and put it here in the top left. I can then click edit image, and then if I click edit image, I can go to shadows, and then I can click backdrop, or I can click outline, or I can click aligned, or I can click page lift, or I can click curved, or I can click glow. Now for me, I'm going to click outline. That way it's easier for them to read it, and they can clearly say it says full refund. Then we can grab some text here, go to where it says heading, drag it onto here, and then we can call it the product name. Then I can go back to where it says elements, then I can delete the text, go to shapes, and you can see here I can grab a shape and drag it on, and what I'm going to want to do is make this slightly bigger and put it here in the top right, and move the full refund icon here below the text here in the middle. Then I can change this to smaller. I can change this color to red like the competitors, and then if I want, then I can move the image to the left, and now I've got this nice space, and now I can actually add text, drag it back as a subheading and put it here, and then I can do like they've done and put links to Google and Apple Calendar in the text. Now guys, honestly, this looks terrible right now because I'm literally rushing it, but you can then go to Google, download the Apple icon and the Google Calendar icon and place them here. I'm just showing you how to use Canva very quickly. Canva is so easy to use anyway, but honestly, this does take a little bit of time, guys, because you want to make it look really nice and fancy, but I'm going to show you guys some final ones at the end. Now, if you guys are honestly going to struggle to make those mockups, you can come back to Fiverr and type in digital mockups and then change it based on level 2, and you can hire loads of people here that can create you digital mockups. Now, once you've got your Canva images or you've hired a freelancer to do it for you, you can now upload them here. Now, the one that you want to upload at the start, so you can see here, the main image should be the one that has the colorful icons and this. So it should look like this one, because that's the one that's going to stand out the most. Then the rest of them go in the next order. Then once you've done that, click click save in the bottom right. And then you're going to see the 7 other products that Hostinger made for you with the AI builder. So you just want to select the ones that they made and delete them. So now you should only see the last one, which is your one, which is the name of the product and the image you've just used. And now we can go back to the store editor and refresh the page. Now what we can do is we can keep this homepage banner here where it says stylish planners. We can actually delete this section by clicking it and clicking delete. And then where it shows the product and instant access, we're going to keep it like this. And then where it says celebrate your journey today, we're actually going to move this underneath the following section. So we're going to click it, click the section, and you're going to see the arrows where it says move up or down. We're going to click move down. And then this should stay here where it says amazing product, and we can add the features here. So if we go back to the top, we're going to click this image and click change image. And we're going to upload the images from Canva. Now you can see I've uploaded the image, but it's been cut out in this curved shape. So I'm going to click it and click the 3 dots and click reset image proportions. Now, if that still doesn't work, click on the image, click edit image and go to where it says shape and change it to no shape. And then that way your image should not have any issues. And now you can resize it. So just like that, we've now fixed the issue. And then here it says celebrate your journey with us. I quite like that, so I'm going to keep it. And then this little subtitle here is fine. If you read it, it's quite good. And then where it says shop, we're going to change it to shop now. So click edit button. Where it says button text, we're going to click shop now. And then you can change the style and the animation. So if you want it to slide in or fade in, you can, and you can change the style as well if you really want to. Then we're going to want to go back to the banner here, click on the banner and click edit header. You're going to see logo, and this is where we're going to replace the logo with our logo from Canva. So now you can see the logo has now been added to the store. So that looks really nice now. If we're not happy with the logo, you can actually use Hostinger's AI tool to create you a logo and then import it in if you really want to. It's completely down to you guys. Now always make sure that you're saving this along the way. Now we can scroll down to this section and click edit section. We can go to layout, and because it's going to be a 1 product store, we're going to do columns as 1. And then where it says product per page, we're going to drop this down to 1 again. So make sure you save that, guys, once you've done it. And then we're going to want to change to mobile view. And when you change to mobile view, you're actually going to see some things can be dragged and moved around. So you're going to want to remove this so it fits nicely on the page. So you can see here, I'm resizing this image so it fully fits on the page and it looks nice. And you can also change here the spacing, so make sure it all looks nice and pretty. Remember, mobile version is more important than desktop version, so this is where you're going to really want to invest your time in making it look nice. And now if we scroll down on the mobile version, you can see the actual product itself is showing here. Now if we go back to the desktop version, we're going to want to scroll down, and where it says amazing product, we're going to want to put product features. So you can see I've actually changed it to say planner features. That way it's more on brand and more on product. And now we're going to want to change these images to more images that we've got of mockups. So we're going to click edit image, replace image, and you're going to see that I've selected the images that I've got made as mockups again. We're going to want to go to shape and reshape it to normal shape. And then where it says style, reset image proportions. And you're going to want to do that for the other 2. And then you're going to want to manually move these across and make sure that they're all aligned. So you can see here, I've added the second image, and you can see when I resize it, it shows me it compared to the other image, and it's showing me that that's now slap bang in the middle and straight. And we're going to want to finish off the last one by clicking edit again, go to style, reset image proportion, shape. It's going to be no shape. And then again, we're going to want to resize this one so it fits the other 2. And then we're going to add this one so it's the same height and the same width. And there we go. Remember, guys, the images that I've got are just some quick ones and some ones that I found on Google. Yours should all be on brand and look nice. Then, of course, these are going to be changed to the product features. So if we go back to ChatGPT, you can literally copy this and paste it here, as that's one of the features. So you just double click and you click paste, and that's it. That way you can see you can customize the text. So I might want to drag this a little bit higher, and I might want to move the bottom of the banner slightly up, and that looks nicer. And then of course, I'm going to change the last 2, but to save time on this video, I'm not going to do it. And again, change back to mobile view, scroll down and see how it looks. Again, on the mobile version, you can see the issue that we've got is things need resizing and reformatting. But again, all you got to do is drag this up, drag this up, drag this up again, and then drag this one up, and then we can move this up. And again, the images just need slightly readjusting, and then that home page is starting to look really good. Again, your homepage should look 100 times better than mine. I am just rushing it for the video so I don't spend literally 3 hours making this video. And then the last one is celebrate your journey today, discover a beautiful design planners. You can keep this, but just change the background image, and you can click generate image. So I would actually use a generated image here and just tell it what you want, and you can keep this as it is. But remember, change the shop button to shop now. Now, I've made a little bit of a mistake, guys. Go back to the product editor and go back to where it says add to bag button, enable it. I made a mistake and thought that it would just allow a shop now button. But just like that, guys, if we go to the product page, you can see it there. Now, if you don't know how to get to the product page, scroll down to where the product is shown, click it, and it will then take you to the product page. Now, this is where the majority of the traffic is going to come to actually buy our journal, guys. So we're going to want to click this and click edit section, go to layout, and you can then re-change the layout of how you want the product page. Do you want it left? Do you want it centered? Do you want button? Do you want it left? Do you want the image rotation to square, landscape, portrait, or original? You can change the text. So you can actually change the text color here to be brand on, or you can change it to be black. You can change the color of the arrows to be in pink. I'd actually change the button text to get 40% off right now. So you can see it says get instant access, 40% off. And then I would change the color of the button by going to website styles, go into buttons, and I would change it to like this shape, and I would change the color to this. So now you can see I've changed the color so that when you don't click it, it's pink, and when you hover, it goes black. That way, it's going to get people's attention. And that way you're going to get a nice call to action. And then you can change the size of the button to be in small or medium or large. I would leave it at large. And then where it says enable quantity picker, honestly, as it's a digital product, you shouldn't have a quantity picker, so I would turn it off. Now there shouldn't be a quantity picker, it should just say get instant access, and then you can click save. And now if we change it to the mobile version, this is what the page actually looks like, and it's starting to take nice shape. Now if you want to, you can scroll down and click add section. And if you want to, you can start adding features. You can start adding testimonials, which I'd recommend that you definitely do. Product categories by then going over the features again. I would definitely add one of these and a testimonial. I would also add a frequently asked question. So the ones that I'd say that you definitely need is product categories, testimonials, and FAQ. Now you can just drag and drop or click and it will drop. So for example, if I want testimonials, and let's say I like this one the most, I'm just going to click it and it's going to add it in. Click add section again. I'm going to go to where it says categories. Then you're going to want to go to services, and you're going to want to grab one of these. So my favorite is this one here or this one in the top right. So I'm going to click this one. Now, instead of it saying our services, it's actually going to say product features again. Then we're going to click add section. And the last one that we're going to add is an FAQ. Now, the FAQ that I like the most is this one here on the right. And that will complete our product page. I just need to fill out the rest. So as you guys can see on the product page, I've added the customer reviews, the planner features, the frequently asked questions. So what I've done, guys, is if you click on the section, I've actually changed the heading color to the brand color. So if you click on the text, edit text, you can change the text color. And I also said here, discover what our clients think about our planner. Now we're going to change these reviews in a minute. I also changed the stars to pink to be more brand on. I changed it to say planner features. I uploaded the images of the planner. Now again, yours should look way nicer than mine. I've just done this to save a little bit of time. And then we got frequently asked questions in pink. I've made the header pink, and then the actual question is going to be in black. So let's go back to the start and fill out customer reviews. So I went back to ChatGPT and I basically sent them the link to my competitor's Etsy link, and that way they've got the most sales, they've got the most orders, so the actual feedback that ChatGPT is going to give me is the best. And I said, look, can you make me some reviews based on this Etsy seller's landing page? And they came back with these reviews. So what I'm now going to do is I'm actually going to copy this, go back to my AI store builder, click the text, click edit text, and basically replace it. And then of course I want to get the end of the name here, click copy again, delete this, and then that way I can fill in the name and the location there. Now if I want to change the icon of the person, I can click it, click edit image, use AI to create a unique image, and then you're just going to want to put I would like a female headshot, and then it's going to create you a unique icon of a woman. That way you're not going to get into copyright issues or anything. And then of course you can finish off the last one on your own, guys, by using that ChatGPT method. Now you don't have to add reviews like this if you don't want to. It's down to your preference. I know some people might say that they don't like doing this because it doesn't seem ethical, but it's completely down to you guys what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. I'm just showing it you as an example. Now for the planner features, this one's easy, guys. You're just going to do what you did on the homepage, fill out the feature based on what ChatGPT gave you in the past. You could literally go back to the homepage and just copy copy the same ones and paste them here. Now for frequently asked questions, this one's easy again. You send the ChatGPT the link to the Etsy seller and you tell them, can you please make me FAQs based on the link? So I can copy this because this is the question, go back here and replace it with that. Then I can fill out the rest, which is obviously the answer. And then once I've done all of those, I can click save. And then once you've done that, guys, your product page and your website is pretty much done. So the last thing that you need to do is edit the footer. So you can see here it says celebrate. You can change this to contact us instead of celebrate. And then where it says empower, you can change it to say follow us on social media, and then put your social media icons here, and obviously the relevant contact information here. If you use my hosting link, you would have got a free email with your plan, so that way you can add your company email there. And you don't need a phone number, guys, you just need an email and a contact us page if you want to make one. Then once you've done that, guys, you can click save. And then the last thing that we need to do on our website, guys, is by going back to the store manager again and setting up a payment method, adding our company information, and then by going to where it says store settings. And on store settings, you can add your terms and conditions, your privacy policy, and custom options. You can also enable taxes if you want to, and you can also enable invoices and emails. Now, a few other things that I want to mention on the website builder is if you come back to the home page, you're going to see pages and navigation. So you can set home, shop, blog, about, and you can change these to say shop planner. That way it's one button, they go straight to the planner. You can delete the blog if you don't want it by clicking this little icon and clicking delete. Then you can go to the about us section and obviously add your about us here. And then you can keep the contact form there. You can turn a password protection on if you really want to. Then you can go here to where it says website styles, and you can change the font, the buttons, and the animations if you want to. Then if you go to online store, you can click the little settings icon here. You can edit the product, edit the page URL, enable a password, and you can do the SEO settings. And then if you come to these three dots here, you can do appointments, general settings, integrations, analytics, website files, SEO, media, multi-language, manage backups, and that way you can access some other information. So I just thought I'd show you that quickly in case you want to add those additional extras, which I would recommend if you have the time. So now we've chose our winning digital product. We've built the store for it, which is amazing. We now need to advertise it to the end user. Now, the methods that I'd recommend are going to be the following. I'm going to give you the option between free methods, so that way you don't have to pay to bid to be on a platform. You can just do it organically, which means that you have to spend more time to acquire a customer, because it does require time if you're going to do the organic methods. And I'll be showing you those A to Z. And then I'm also going to be going over some paid methods, which is Facebook ads and TikTok ads. So the free methods are going to be Pinterest organic and then Facebook organic. And then for the paid methods, it's going to be Facebook ads and TikTok ads. Those are the ones that I'm going to be covering in this video. And it is way more than enough for you to hit your first $10,000 with a digital product store. Now, with the paid methods, you're going to need around about $500 to $1,000 saved up, ready to go, if you want your best chances of success. Now, I'm going to be starting off with the paid methods first, and then I'm going to roll into the free methods, and the chapters will be named so that you can scroll through either which one you want. So for the paid method, I'm going to start with Facebook ads. Now, for Facebook ads, you guys need to just go back to the ad library, type in the name of the product that you're selling or a keyword, and you want to find your competitors and you want to see what images they're using. So this image right here is a really good one. So what I'm going to want to do is recreate my image to look like that. Now, that image is honestly very, very easy to create. It's literally just some text with a banner on the right with some features and then the image of the mockup. This would literally take 5 minutes to make. And guess where we're going to make it, guys? We're going to make it in Canva. It's very easy to do. Now, we're going to want to make 5 images. This is another image that we could create. This is another image that we could create. So you want 5 variations. You can see another one right here. Now, you also want to look at their ad copy. So the ad copy is the text. Now, you can see that this ad copy is massive, guys. It's a very long ad copy. Now, you're going to want to create a short ad copy, a medium, and a long. And you're going to want to use a combination of your competitors and your website to get ChatGPT to make you an ad copy. So you'd go to ChatGPT and you'd say, I need a Facebook ad copy. This is what my product is, and it will make you one. Or you could give it your competitors and it could reorganize it or make it better for you. Now, once you've got your 5 images and your ad copies, you're ready to start running ads on Facebook. Now, for those that are wondering, what about getting videos made? For my personal self, I find that images work better for digital products. You can get videos made. You can get some like UGC style videos made where the influencer is saying, oh, I've just downloaded these digital planners. It's really helped me with my life and getting it organized. You can get those type of videos made. Honestly, with digital products, only UGC will work, in my opinion, from the past of me trying, but it's going to be a little bit expensive. Getting UGC made will either cost you money because you need to pay somebody to do it, or you're going to have to ask a friend or a family member or your girlfriend to do it for you, and if they're comfortable, then that's even better. But again, if you've got those options or if you've got the money to do so, it is worth testing a UGC creative on Facebook, especially if you're going to be running TikTok ads. You can't run images, you can only run like image slideshows. So if you're going to be doing TikTok ads, you definitely need a UGC video, and I'd recommend that you get 3 UGC videos. You can go to a company like Bilo to get those made. They're very easy. Bilo's trustable and it is very, very affordable. Or you can go back to Fiverr and get a UGC video made, but it's not really designed for that type of content. You might find a few good creators, but honestly, Bilo for the extra few dollars is worth it, as it is specialized in UGC creators. You are going to find a creator that will make it look natural, which is the purpose. Now for the Facebook ad strategy, I'm about to roll that in a minute, but before I roll that clip, I do want to say that this Facebook ad video was recorded about 3 weeks ago, so it's not going to be me doing it right now. I actually made a Facebook ad strategy a few weeks ago, and I thought, what's the point of me doing it again now if the only thing different is what you're selling and the image you're using? So I'm going to cut that video up and place it in a minute so that you know what you're doing straight away. So when you watch that Facebook ad strategy, remember, the only thing that you need to remember is if I mention a video in the creative section and you don't have one, you don't need to worry. Just replace it with an image. And of course, in that clip, I'm going to be mentioning a physical product, not a digital product. That will not matter because it's the same thing. You're going to be enabling your website link, a description, and that is it. So that's why I feel like it's completely fine for me to roll that clip here, because it is relevant for you guys to watch. Now, when I go over the Pinterest section in terms of getting organic traffic with Pinterest and Facebook, again, I'm not going to record that brand new today. I'm going to re-roll the clip from about 2 weeks ago because I actually went over it as well. So there's no point me re-saying it again. The only difference, once again, is when I show that tutorial will be a physical product, not a digital product. Now for the TikTok ads video, I'll leave that pinned in the description, as TikTok ads is more optional. I think Facebook's better than TikTok when it comes to promoting digital products. And for the Pinterest organic and Facebook organic, I'll roll that after the Facebook. So make sure you check out the chapters below and remember what I just said. So before we can actually create our first Facebook campaign, we need to make sure that we have everything ready before, like the offers and like the creatives, because those are the 2 most important parts of the strategy. Facebook ads themselves isn't the important part. Your creatives and your offer will determine if you're successful or not. So the first offer could be buy one, get one free. Now, if I go back to my hypothetical product, this is going to be the main product, the earrings, but then I'm going to give them for free the necklace to go with it. So the matching necklace is cheaper. So I'm going to say the main product is this product here, which is the earrings. So if they buy this from me, they get the matching necklace for, guess what, for free. Now you can see on my dropshipping website how this looks. So this is the main product itself, the earrings, and you can see here it says free gift, the bracelet worth $29.99. So this is how it should look on your website. It should show it exactly here so that when people come here, they're going to know straight away that the offer does exist. Now don't worry, I made a whole video talking about how to set offers up on your website, so I'll leave that link in the cheat sheet and in the description so you can watch it at the end of this video if you don't have an offer already on your Shopify store or your e-commerce brand. Now the second offer is something called an aggressive offer, and that could be buy one, get 2 gifts free. Now the gift could be the free product, for example the necklace, could be an ebook about how to wear fashionable products. I can go to a website called PLR and I can download a white labeled ebook for like $2 and have it on my store and commercially use it. Now the final offer that we have, they buy one and they get entered into a $500 giveaway. Now what this $500 giveaway is it's $500 worth of products. So obviously they have to buy the main product for $29.99, but by doing that they get entered into a $500 fashion giveaway. So I want to quickly show you guys a few examples of other brands doing this on their ads. So you can see I'm on the ad library and you can see these guys are selling a pair of sunglasses. You can see this ad here says buy one and get a free on all prescription frame. So basically a free set. So that's their offer right there. Now their other ad says don't miss out on our latest style with buy one, get one free. So they've basically reworded it in a different way. Now we can see another brand here doing it and they're selling jewelry and it says here 3rd year anniversary, buy one, get 2 free. You can see this ad here says have you ready for the gift season, buy one, get any other free with a code free. So they're asking you to add it as a code at the checkout and you get any other product on their website for completely free. Now this is a famous dropshipping store. It's the Cloud Shark Slides and they've done a really good job of this because they've actually used an image creative to show what they're trying to give as an offer. So you can see here it says buy buy two, get one free, and they're using an image instead of the text to illustrate that. And they're also including the offer in the ad copy saying cozy fur, buy two, get one free, 60% off all collection. So they're being very aggressive by putting it in the image and putting it in the ad copy. So that's the first critical step that you must ensure you've done before you run any Facebook ads, because you've got to understand that Facebook ads is a bidding platform. You're bidding against other advertisers for people's attention and people's sales. Now, you're only going to get that if you come across the most attractive, and that is the best way of doing it. So let's go over how many creatives you need and the styles that you need. So you're going to need 3 styles of creatives. You're going to need 3 videos. You will only use one to start with, and the format that you should go for is 4x5 or 1x1. In my opinion, 4x5 is better than 1x1, so you should aim for this formation. Now, you want to try 3 different styles of video. So for example, one could be UGC, one could be POV, one could be a little bit more laid back. So you want to have 3 very different styles of videos that you're going to be using. Now, the next thing that you're going to need is 3 images. You will only use one to start with, and again, the format is the same as the video. You might want to try a model shot, you might want to try a mock-up shot, and then you might want to try an aesthetically pleasing shot like it being on the floor or the item being on a nice background. Now, before we move on with actually setting up our first campaign, let's talk about where you can get creatives made. I've made a whole video talking about how to shoot content and how to turn it into an ad. So I'll also leave the link to that video in the description and in the cheat sheet. Now, if you want to go to a professional site to get these creatives made, then I only recommend Billo or Bilo. I'm not quite sure how I'm pronouncing it, but I've been using these guys for the last 4.5 years. You can check on my channel, and if you go to their service section, you can filter it by Facebook, and you can see here, you can order professional UGC and high quality videos for your Facebook ads. Now, these guys literally understand the algorithm like a T when it comes to creating content that converts well for the advertisement platform. Now, if you're wondering about the pricing, you just click pricing and it will literally give you a budget that you want to work on. So if you're an SMMA client, then you can give this to your client to work on, or if you're a drop shipper, you can figure out what is affordable for you. Now, Bilo is a little bit expensive, but you definitely get what you pay for when you use the service. Now, of course, you could use a cheaper platform like Fiverr, but the quality insurance is not the same as Bilo, and all the creators are done through Bilo, and they're not just random people. So if you want to check Bilo out, you can use my link in the description for a nice coupon code, and you get some nice deals. So now that brings us to the best part of the video, which is creating our Facebook ads. Now, before we can create an ad, we need to know what numbers we're working on, because remember, numbers are the key to success here. So we're going to bring you to a ROAS calculator. So this will be linked in the cheat sheet and in the description. This is a ROAS calculator. So ROAS stands for return on ad spend. This is the most important metric when you go into advertising. Now, ROAS works on any advertisement platform because it's the key metric for profitability. Now, this calculator makes your life very easy because all you've got to do is put your cost of goods here. So my cost of goods, including shipping and the product cost, is $4. Then I'm selling it on my website for $29.99. Now, if you come here, it'll tell you what your break-even ROAS is. So it's saying that my break-even ROAS is 1.2. So what does that mean? That when I go on Facebook later and I show you this in the column section, if my ROAS is above 1.2, that means I'm making money. If it's below, it means I'm losing money. So that number is so important for me. So I've got to aim for when I launch ads, and I'll talk about this later on, because there's a time and a place to use this number, then it means that I'm profitable. Or if I'm at that number, it means that I'm breaking even. Now, you should never launch a Facebook ad or any ad if you do not know what your ROAS is, because you're going to be shooting in a dark room. So as you guys can see on my computer screen, I'm inside of the Facebook Ads Manager, and you can see 6 campaigns. Now, don't worry about these 6 campaigns. I've just made them pre-video to make my life a little bit easier when I record this. I'm going to be showing you exactly how to set up each one of these campaigns and when you should be setting them up and what is the purpose of them and what you can expect from them. Now, if you're watching this and your ads manager is ready to go, you've got everything connected, the first thing that you want to do is create a campaign by hitting this green button in the top left. Then once you've done that, it's going to say buying type, make sure it's auction. Again, Facebook ads is an auction platform. Then where it says choose campaign objective, you're going to do sales. Then once you've selected those, you want to hit continue. Now, it's going to bring you to a page like this where it says advantage shopping campaign or manual sales campaign. You're always going to want to go with manual setup, so select it and click continue. Then it's going to say campaign name. Now, the campaign name should be called testing campaign, and then the product name, and then broad. So you can see here it says testing campaign and then whatever your product name is and then broad top 6. So we're going to be doing top 6 in this campaign and explain what that is later on. Now, when you're in the testing phase, I always recommend that you give yourself a budget that you're willing to give a product before you kill it. Now, for me personally, when I drop ship, I always give my product around about $300 to $500, and that's the amount spent on ads. It has nothing to do with anything else. So that means that I'm willing to throw $500 at my Facebook ads, and if my product within those $500 doesn't show me any promising signs that I'll get onto later, then I will kill it. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this now is because you have to mentally digest this before you even create a campaign for this to work. Now, once we've got that under the belt, guys, we don't need to mess with anything else, so we're going to hit next. Now, where it says ad set name, we're going to come back to this later. Now, you're going to want to make sure that conversion location is website. You're going to want to make sure that you're going for maximized number of conversion. The pixel is the pixel installed on your Shopify, so make sure you choose it. Then you're going to want to keep scrolling down to where it says budget. Now, the budget is important because if your product is priced over $50, you're going to want to go for $20. If your product's priced under $50, you're going to want to go for $10. If your product's priced over $100, then you're going to want to go for $25. And if your product's priced over $150, you're going to want to go for $30. So make sure you listen to that, and all that info is in the cheat sheet. So as soon as you figured out what your product is selling for, mine is $29.99. So that means I'm under $50 and my ad set should be $10. Now, where it says start date, you should always go for the next day midnight, and you should do that for all ad sets that we get onto later, so that way they spend at the same time. So the next day is going to be Friday, and then we're going to set this on 00. Now, the next thing that we need to do is scroll down to where it says audience locations, and you want to click edit. Now, the locations that we want to do to start with is the UK, the US, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, and Ireland. So they're the top 6 countries that I always start with. Now, I'm not going to add them here now because I want to save a little bit of time. So make sure you add the ones I just mentioned. Then you're going to see here where it says Advantage Audience. This is a new feature that Facebook's created where they do the targeting for you. So back in the day, you used to have to target interest for Facebook to look for. Now, Facebook's algorithms got so smart, they can figure it out for you. This is what I was trying to say to you guys at the intro. The offer and the creative is more important than anything else. So for this ad set, we're going to leave it as it is. And then where it says placements again, we're going to let Facebook determine that through their smart engine. So you want to go back up to your ad set name. So you can see I've named my ad set Broad Advantage Plus Audience 10. So I've basically put the name of whatever I've done in the ad set. That way I know which one's which. So if I come down later on, look at my campaign structure, my ad set levels, and I want to kill or scale, I know which is which so I don't get confused. Then what you want to do is click next in the top right. Now, for those that don't know, I'm going to give you a quick rundown. If you come to the top left, you're going to see a folder, 4 boxes, and a little image of 1 square. Now, the folder is the campaign, the 4 boxes is the ad set, and the ad set is all the targeting, and the 1 little box is the ad. The ad is what they're visually going to see. Now, the first ad name is going to be called Video Offer 1. Now, why are we calling it Video Offer 1? Because it's going to be the first video that we have out of the 3, and it's going to be the offer, which is the non-aggressive offer, as the one in the ad copy and in the creative. Now, obviously, you want to select your Facebook page, then you want to scroll down to where it says manual upload, single image or video, multi-advertiser you can put on as is recommended. Then where it says media, you want to click add media, add video, and this is where you're going to want to upload your video. So in this instance, I've already uploaded mine, so I'm going to click it and click next. Then once you've done that, you want to scroll down to where it says primary text. I've put mine as embrace the limit glow, exquisite earrings for every occasion, find yours with a free gift. So in the primary text, this is what they're going to see here. You can see here the preview. I'll show you this later. Now, I've mentioned the offer being a free gift. Now, if we scroll down, the headline is the big thick text that you're going to see here, and I put buy one, get free bracelet. Now, in the description, I put free track shipping, and then as the call to action, I obviously put shop now. The website URL should be the product page that you're trying to sell. Now, you should always preview the URL to make sure that it's working before you even launch your ads. And if we scroll down, you've got something called website tracking, and you have something called UTM parameters. Now, this is so important. Facebook tracking, because of the iOS updates and all these other things coming out, has tarnished the tracking of Facebook. So if you want accurate tracking, you do need to set up UTMs. It's free to do it. Now, we've made a complete video about UTM parameters, so I'll leave that again in the link to the cheat sheet, because that's a whole different topic that can take up a bit of time. But you don't have to use UTM. You can just go no UTMs, but it means that when you try and track the data later, it might not be completely accurate. So just bear that in mind before you launch your campaign. Now, once you've done this, you want to duplicate this where it says video offer. You're going to click duplicate and you're going to change it to 2 copies and then click duplicate. Now you should see 3 ads now, 2 of them saying copy and the one which is the original. Now you're going to want to change this to image offer 1 and then you're going to change the next one to carousel offer 1. So you can see I've already done it here. So this one's called carousel offer 1. So what we've done here is we've added a carousel. So a carousel is an image slideshow. Now this works extremely well for fashion related products or products that are wearable that don't need explaining. So if your product is a non-explaining product, meaning that it doesn't need to be explained because it's a jewelry product or a wearable product, you want to run a carousel. Now, if your product needs explaining because it's quite a technical product, it does something, it's a problem solver, then I would recommend that you stay away from image ads and you do 3 videos. So instead of doing carousel and image, you're gonna do 3 videos and each video is gonna be a different video. So you're gonna go carousel offer, you're gonna scroll down to where it says manual upload, you're gonna select carousel. Now you're gonna scroll down and it's gonna say add at least 2 cards. So you wanna click add image card and then you can add an image. I've already uploaded my images and the best thing for carousels are honestly congruent images. So these images here are the same. So they're from the same model and the same person. If you use image carousels and they are totally different people or different scenes or scenarios, it's not going to work. They have to look like it's from the same place. Now you want to add 3 cards. So you want to add 3 different images. So you can see I've added one there, I've added another one here, and I've added another one here. Now again, the headline, the description, the URL is all going to be the same. The only change you're making is literally the image for the carousel. Then if you scroll down, the primary text is going to be the same as the one that you use for the video. Now where it says carousel optimization, I only have automatically show the best performing card. The other 2 I actually turn off. Now the call to action is always going to remain shop now, and it's going to be the same URL that you're using on your other ad. Now what I like to do with carousels is always preview how they look because it's important. So I'm going to click expand. I always look at the desktop version as it's bigger, and you can see here this is what my carousel is going to look like. Remember, it's got to look like when I look at it, it's a natural carousel. It's from the same people. So you can see here this looks really nice, and you only want to use high quality images. If your images aren't high quality, they're not going to work. Now once you've done that, you're then going to go to your image offer. Then all you're going to do is click single image or video. Now when it comes to single image ads, I like to go for a very harsh, very strong looking image that's going to captivate people's attention. So I've gone for a very sharp model shot of a sharp image of the model. Now you're probably thinking, why is it sharp? Because obviously if you're looking at the image, it's a very sharp looking image in terms of the way the model's looking, the angle of the model, how it's being worn, the eye contact, all of that stuff is classed as sharpness. So that's what I'm going to want to go for. Remember, you have one image to try and get somebody's attention, so you're going to have to use the best image you've got. Now this is the last time I'm going to remind you guys, if you're selling a problem solving product that needs an explanation, you're not doing carousel, you're not doing image, you're doing 3 videos with the same offer, and then you're done. Now, once you've done your 3 creatives, you're going to want to go back to the ad set level, click duplicate, and you're going to want to duplicate this 4 times. So you can see I can change the number of copies to 4, and then I'm going to hit duplicate. Now, once you've done that, you're going to see on the left-hand side, all of this has now been added to your campaign structure. Now, don't get worried. You've done all the hard work. You're only making incremental changes now for the rest of the setup. So the changes that you're going to do are to the ad set level. So these blue ones here with the 4 boxes are the only things that you're changing. And all you're changing is when you click on it, you're going to see the ones that says copy at the end. They're the ones you're changing. You're going to scroll all the way down to where it says audience advantage. Then you're going to click audience suggestion. So this is what you're going to do for the first one. You're actually going to give Facebook's algorithm a suggestion. Now I'm selling a jewelry product, so I'm obviously going to want to do jewelry related interest. So you can see here, I've added jewelry and apparel to this ad set. So that way I'm giving Facebook a little bit of an idea of who I'm looking for. Now, something that I forgot to mention that I should have mentioned before is you want to change the age to 21 to 65. That way you're not going to get teenagers that can't buy your product looking at your product. Now, once you made that change, you're going to want to scroll up and add that to your ad set name so you know what you've done. So you're going to call it broad interest, audience plus jewelry. That way you know you're still doing audience plus. Now for the next ad set, I'm going to want to scroll all the way down, and this time I'm actually going to want to turn this completely off. Now you might be thinking, how do I turn this completely off? You can see here where it says switch to original audience option. If you click this, click use original audience, you can now see it's giving you the old way of doing it. So if you scroll all the way down now, you're going to see where it says add demographics or behaviors. Now this is where you're also going to want to add things that are related to your product. So now I might want to type in bracelet, necklace, and those are the type of interests that people are also interested in, that are also interested in my product. It's honestly common sense. If you're selling, let's say, sportswear, you're going to want to target maybe sports teams, you're going to want to target sports magazines, you're going to want to target sports brands that are famous. It's just common sense, guys. Now, once you've done that, you want to scroll back up and change the name. Now, of course, if you've turned advantage off, then you're going to want to mention that you've done that. Now, the next one that you might want to do, you might want to keep advantage turned on again, but just give it a suggestion. Then on the last one, you might want to turn advantage off again and give it a hard interest. That way you're testing, is Facebook's algorithm good, or is it better if I give Facebook the interest themselves? That way you're seeing which one's better for your campaign. Now, once you've done all that, guys, you're going to want to hit click publish in the bottom right. Now, if you go back to the campaign level, you should see your campaign right here. You can see testing campaign, product name, broad top 6. You can see the original campaign that you just made. Now, if you've got a large budget, then I'd recommend that you do the next step. Now, if you don't have a large budget, I'd recommend that you watch the next step so you can learn from it, but just don't do it. So what we're going to do if you have a larger budget is test different countries out in a separate campaign. So we've done the top 6 in this one. So we're going to want to click on the highlight button here, click duplicate. Then all you're going to do in the duplicated one is change the campaign name from top 6 to EU, meaning we're going to target European countries. And then in the ad set level, we're going to want to scroll down to all the ad sets that we've made, but we're going to change the country. So you can see here now I'm doing Switzerland, Germany, Netherlands, Norway, Sweden, and I'm going to give you a list of all the best countries in the cheat sheet. Now you might be thinking, why are we trying European countries in an additional campaign? Again, if you've got a larger budget, it makes sense because some European countries actually for some products outperform the top 6. So it's worth it if you've got the extra budget to try it, because if it actually performs better, then that's good news because it means you're going to get cheaper results and you're going to be able to scale in the European countries. The top 6 are the most expensive to advertise to. So if you can find winners in Europe, then long term, you're going to be more profitable. So all you're doing in this campaign, guys, is literally going into each ad set level and changing the countries to those European countries that I mentioned here and in the cheat sheet. Now, once you've done that, you're going to click publish. And if you're following the extra budget strategy, but you're doing the extra campaign, you should now see 2 campaigns, the testing broad top 6, testing broad EU. Now, if you're only doing one campaign, which is the top 6, you're going to be spending $50 a day if your product's under $50. And if it's over, you're going to be doing $100 a day. And the most you'll ever get up to on this strategy is $250 a day. So remember, normally most of you guys that are watching this are going to be at $50 a day. Now, once you've published your campaign, guys, you're going to see that it's in delivery or it's under review. Then once the midnight comes the next day, they should start running, and you're going to let them run for 1 day before we even critique them. And then I'm going to give you guys in the next few moments the critiquing steps like the killing and scaling methods. So guys, now our campaigns are running. We're going to give it 24 hours before we look at anything. And now the first thing that we're going to look for is the CPC. Now, if your cost per click is greater than $1.50, then turn off the ad set and replace it with a new one. Now, it's so important that this metric here and this rule is applied for drop shippers and not e-com brands. You can see here I mention what to do if you're an e-commerce brand in the cheat sheet. Now, I'm not going to read it here because I don't want to waste too much time, but this is what to do if you're an e-com brand. This is why we apply this 24-hour rule to take out any ad sets that exceed a CPC of $1.50 after the first 24 hours. So what you want to do is you want to go back to your ads manager, go to the campaign section, click on your testing campaign or testing campaigns if you have 2, then click ad set. Then in the ad sets, you're now going to see your ad sets and the metrics. Now, you need to make sure you got the right column set up. So you want to go to columns here in the top right, and then you want to click customize columns. Now, I'm not going to go over which columns you need now. I'm going to leave it in the cheat sheet so you can add them yourself. They are so easy to do. Now, once you've added those columns, you want to see CPC, which is right here, and you want to make sure that your ad sets have a CPC under $1.50. Now, if your ad account is like mine and it's in British pounds or in euro, just turn it into euro or pound. So if it's over £1.50, I would turn it off. Now, all of my ad sets are under $1.50, so I can keep them on for the next 72 hours. Remember, we're leaving them running for 3 days, but the first hurdle is 24 hours, and that's always the CPC rule of being under $1.50. Now, these rules that I'm telling you apply to every ad set that you run, regardless of it's in a scaling campaign, it's in a testing campaign. This rule has to be applied all the time so you don't overspend on bad things. Now, if your ad set was over $1.50, what you'd simply do is turn it off, go to the ad set that has the cheapest CPC. So you can see here, I'm looking for the cheapest CPC, and the cheapest CPC is this one right here. So I would click it, I would click duplicate, and then I would add a different interest, or I wouldn't add any interest at all if I'm doing non-interest, or if I am doing non-interest, then I might add an interest here. So after 3 days, it's time to come back and check the results again. In the next part of the video, we're going to mention some metrics that will be used to check the ad performance. If you do not see any of the metrics in your Facebook Ads Manager, like I said previously, add them in the columns. Now, the first thing that you want to check for after 3 days, which is 72 hours, is if you got a sale. That's literally it. Did you get a sale on your ad set or did you not? Now, if no ad set got a sale after 3 days, it's time to turn it off and replace it with a new one. Then once you've turned off the bad ad sets and duplicated them and changed them, you can publish it again. That's all you need to do. Check your purchase column and replace any ad sets that have no purchase after 3 days of running them. Now, in the columns that I mentioned in the cheat sheet, you're going to see one that says conversions or complete payment. They're the ones that you want to look for. Now, you want to repeat this process until you reach a loss of $300 up to $500. Note that this is a loss, not an amount spent, as your ads may be running, which you might get sales. So let's say you've spent $500, but you've had 3 sales and you've made $100 in sales. That means you've only made $400 in spend. So till you get at a loss of 500, then you make the decision to kill the product or rerun it again with new creatives, or try the offer to be aggressive. Now, after your first 3-day check, you should at least have an ad set that ran until day 5. If it has a sale, and on day 5, you should check the ROAS. If the ROAS is above break-even ROAS, then congratulations, you have a potential winning audience. If you have an ad set that passes your 5-day check, it's a good idea to try and scale it. Now, remember, not every ad set that passes the 5-day check will be scalable, but finding your first scalable one is how you transition from testing to scaling your product. The scaling phase is when you maximize your profit. Now, for those that might be getting confused, remember, you're running the ads till day 5 unless it's got a CPC over $1.50. Now, if it gets to day 3, you need to make sure that it's got a sale. Now, even if it's not profitable on day 3, you still let it run. Now, on day 5, you now want to see if it's profitable. Now, if one ad set is profitable, you can then enter on day 5 a scaling phase. Now, if it isn't, you need to go back to what I was saying previously and retest. So this is how you scale a winning ad set. So it's an ad set that on day 5 is profitable and it's making money because it's above your break even. So what you'd do is you'd go into your original campaign by going to campaigns, clicking on your original, and let's say hypothetically this one here is got a break even over and it's on day 5. We're then going to click the duplicate button right here. Then we're going to click new campaign. Then we're going to change the number of copies to 3, and we're going to change the campaign name to horizontal scaling campaign. So in this campaign, everything remains the same. You can see here we've got horizontal scaling campaign. Now, if it's a bit messy on the left-hand side, remember that the folder is your campaign name. So you can see here's another folder, but this is the testing campaign. So we've got to ignore anything below this. So anything above this is the new campaign. Now, what we're doing, guys, is we're scaling horizontally. Now, scaling horizontally means that you're duplicating what's winning. You're not increasing the budget, you're just increasing the amount of ad sets. Now, why are we increasing the amount of ad sets? Because it comes to something called the ad set pocket theory. The ad set pocket theory means that when you launch an ad set, and let's say it's a winning ad set, your ad set's only going to hit a certain amount of people within that audience. So you can see here on the right hand side, it's saying that the audience size is 125 million. Now, not one ad set is going to hit 125 million people. So that's why we've got to scale horizontally, because more ad sets are going to attack more people in this audience. Now, once you've duplicated your winning ad set 3 times in this new horizontal campaign, you can click publish. Now, remember, if you've got 3 winning ad sets, you'll duplicate those 3 winning ad sets 3 times into this horizontal campaign. Now, if for some reason it doesn't scale effectively and it doesn't work, we're now going to try scaling it vertically. So we're going to go back to the original campaign again, click on the ad set that we want to duplicate, click duplicate, then create a new campaign, and we're going to want to call this one vertical scaling campaign with the product name. And we're going to want to copy the number of copies once, only duplicating it once, and I'll explain why in a minute. So you can see here, I've got my vertical scaling campaign here. The only thing we're changing in this ad set is we're going to scroll down to where it says budget, and we're going to increase it by $20. So I like to increase it by $20 every successful period. So let's say, for example, I publish this now and after 5 days, it's profitable again. That means it's a period. So after that 5 days, I'm then going to increase it to $60. Now, after day 5, if it's profitable, I'm going to edit the actual ad set and now increase it from 30 to, guess what, $50. I'm incrementally changing it by $20 every single time after the period of it being successful. Now, if after the next 5 days it doesn't get profitable, then I'm going to drop it by 10. Now, this is called scaling vertically. That basically means you're scaling with budget, not by duplication. So your spending is actually going to focus on more people instead of the ad pocket. So this is the type of scaling. Now, the reason why we have to try both methods is because one will work better on your ad account. Now, if you're comfortable enough and confident enough, you can make changes. Now, the change that I would only make if you're comfortable enough is by looking at the data. Now, how you'd look at the data is you'd go back to your campaign and you'd go to the ad level. And what you would do is you'd look at the metrics and say, okay, based on these metrics, this creative is the winning creative. So if you've been testing 3 different videos or carousel image or video, then the one that's working the best is the only ad that you use in the scaling campaign. Now, the next thing that you have to understand is when you're in these 5-day periods, again, if you're profitable, you're just increasing the load by 30 to 50%. So if you're scaling horizontally and after the 5-day period, you're making more money on those duplicates, you're then going to duplicate the duplicates. Now, whilst you're doing all of this, guys, you should try and launch new creatives in a testing creative campaign or in the original campaign. So in the original campaign, you're now introducing new ad sets that are running with new creatives. Now, you should be rolling new creatives at least once a week. 1 new creative a week is the minimum. I like to do 10 new creatives a week. Now, that's very aggressive, but 1 is the minimum. So guys, the next scaling method or the next advanced strategy is lookalike audiences. Now, lookalike audiences had a bad moment for the last few months, year, but they've started to do really well again. Now, what I like to do with lookalike audiences is wait. Now, lookalike audiences only work if you've got enough data. So if you're getting to this strategy too early on, it's not going to work. So I like to say that as long as you've spent at least $2,000 or you've been running the product for around about 3 to 4 weeks, then it's the right time to use this strategy. Now, again, only if you're either breaking even or you're profitable. So how you get into this strategy is you're going to want to open up a new ads manager on a new tab. You're going to want to come here in the top left, click all tools, and you're going to go to where it says audiences. Then you want to click where it says create a custom audience. So I'm going to show you guys how to do a few of these because it's very similar to do all of these. Now, if you get stuck on one of them, you can literally go on Facebook's blog and figure it out. But I'm going to show you guys how to do, let's say, video views and content views or Instagram. So if you're going to want to do video views, we're going to want to go video, click next, go to where it says choose a type of content, and then you're going to want to do these ones. This one, this one, this one, this one, and then this one. And then for each one of these, you have to choose a video. So you obviously want to choose the videos that have got the most views. Then once you've selected all the videos with the views, you're going to then click confirm. Then where it says retention, we're going to do 90 days. Then audience name is going to be video views all, and then 90 days. And then once you've done that, you're going to click create audience. Now, when you create an audience, it has to populate, which means Facebook has to populate it, which can take around about 1 to 2 days. Now, once you come back here, it will tell you if it's populated or not. If it hasn't populated, do not use it because it will not work properly. Now, the next one you're going to want to do is click create audience again. Then this time you're going to go Instagram account. You're going to click next. Then where it says everyone who engaged with professional account, you're going to want to go all the way down to the one that says account center, people who engage with any post or ad. Then you're going to change this to 90 days again. Then you want to call this one Instagram engagement, and then you want to hit create audience. Now, if you go back to create custom audience, it's the same for Facebook. Now, to do the rest, guys, you need to go back to create audiences, and you can select the rest through one of these drop down menus. You can either figure it out by just clicking on them and clicking the drop downs, or you can just Google how to do the rest. I don't want to cover every single one of these in this video because it would honestly take too long. Now, once you've created your audiences and they've populated, you then want to go to where it says lookalike audience and click create a lookalike audience. Now, for this one, you're going to want to go to where it says select lookalike audience, and then you're going to want to go to where it says other sources and it should show on here. Now, if it doesn't show here on other sources, try value-based sources and it might show on here. Now, it depends because sometimes it glitches out and shows it on one or the other, but you should see your custom audience on one of these. Then once you've done this, it's going to say select audience location. Now, you want to select the locations that you've been using when you've been targeting on Facebook. So you've been doing top 6, then select the top 6. Now, sometimes some ad accounts won't let you choose the audience location. So if it gives you the option not to choose, then you don't need to worry. Then once you've done that, it's going to say select audience size. Then it's going to say number of lookalike audiences. You're going to do 1, but you're going to change the percentage to 5. That way the lookalike audience that you're creating isn't directly the exact same as somebody that's looked at your ads before. They're going to be in the middle. That way it's an equilibrium of the kind of people that you want to then look at. Now, lookalike audience is basically you trying to tell Facebook, here are people that have visited certain things on my company, website, videos. I want you to try and find people that are similar to them based on this data. So by you choosing 5, it's a medium look at other people. Then once you've done that, you're going to click create audience, and you need to do that for all the ones, your engagement, your video views, all the 6 that I put in the cheat sheet. Now, once you've made your custom audiences and your lookalikes, which should be 6 different lookalikes, and it should be the same ones in that cheat sheet. Again, if you have any issues, there's loads of other videos on YouTube that will help you do that section, or you can read Facebook's forum or blogs. Now, once you've done that, guys, you're going to want to hit create. You're going to create a brand new campaign. You're going to go sales again. You're going to click continue. Then you're going to want to choose manual setup again and click continue. Now, this time you're going to change the campaign name to LAA, which stands for lookalike audiences, and then the product name. So you can see here, my campaign is called LLA scaling product name. Now, what you want to do is you want to create an ad set, and in this ad set, you're going to call it the lookalike name. So this one's going to be called Instagram engagement 60 days. So I'm going to scroll all the way down. I'm going to keep going all the way down. Now, the budget is going to remain at the testing budget. So I always tested on $10. So I'm going to keep it at 10. The starting schedule date is midnight the next day. That all stays the same. Then when we scroll down, we're going to be going back to normal audiences. So you don't want to use Advantage Plus. You need to turn Advantage Plus off for this to work. So you're going to want to scroll all the way down, and you're going to see something called custom audiences. You're going to click this, and then you're going to see your lookalike audience here if you've created it properly. Now, this ad set is called Instagram engagement, so this one's going to be the Instagram engagement lookalike audience. Now it's going to show you locations. Now, if you created the locations in the lookalike audiences, then you can delete the locations here, or if it didn't ask you to add locations in the lookalike, you're going to add them here. Now, where it says detailed target, and you don't need to worry about this because it's all done through your custom audience, then you can move on to your creative. Now, your creative is going to be the winning creative. So whichever is the best performing creative based on CTR and sales, you're going to use that for your lookalikes. So you can see one ad set, one creative, which is the winner. Now, you're going to want to duplicate this ad set 5 times. So in total, you have 6 ad sets. Now, why have you got 6 ad sets? Because your other ad sets are going to be the next lookalike audience name, which is Facebook engagement 60 days. Then the next one's going to be content views 90 days. And the next one's going to be add to cart 90 days. Remember to change this in the custom audience section. So this campaign is literally designed for that theory. Now, once you've filled all this in correctly, you can then click publish. Then once you've done that, guys, you've got yourself a lookalike campaign that is now running, and it should generate you some really good sales, and they should be very profitable because they are based on people that are similar to your current customers. Now, remember, each campaign you run is the same rules: 24-hour rule, 3-day rule, and 5-day rule. Now, the good news, guys, is I've got one last scaling method for you that I use to take my dropshipping stores and my e-commerce brands to 7 figures. Now, this is a CBO scaling campaign. So what you want to do is you want to go back to where it says create. You want to then go back to sales again, click continue, go to manual setup, click continue. Now, this is where things get interesting because we're going to change the name to CBO scaling and then the product name, but we're actually going to turn on this section here, Advantage Campaign Budget Plus. So we're going to click this, and now you can see it says daily budget. Then you can see campaign bid strategy, highest volume, keep it as it is. And then you can see here the budget. Now, CBOs only work well if you have 3 ad sets in them. Now, how CBOs work is instead of you spending the budget on the ad set level, the campaign spends on which ad set they think's performing the best. Now, CBOs again only work well if you've got 3 ad sets in them. Now, you can either duplicate the winning ad set. If you only have one winning ad set, you duplicate that 3 times into this CBO. CBO, or what I prefer to do is have 3 winning ad sets, which means there's 3 different audiences that are winning, and I like to put them in here. So let's say jewelry's a winning audience, let's say bracelets are a winning audience, and let's say, for example, fashion is a winning audience. So those 3 ad sets would go into here. So once I've changed the budget, I'm going to change it to $100. So you always start at $100 no matter what, and you work your way up later, which I'll explain. So once you've changed the budget to $100, you're then going to go to the ad set level, and the quickest way to do this is to actually delete the ad set, then close the campaign down like this. And if you go to campaign, you're going to see the new one right here. Then the best thing to do is to go to your testing campaign, open it up, click on the winning one. So let's say this is a winning ad set, this is the winning ad set, this is the winning ad set. Then I'm going to click duplicate up here, and then it's going to say existing campaign. I'm going to select that. Then I'm going to choose the CBO campaign. You can see here CBO scaling is coming up, then number of copies 1, and then that way you've got those ad sets with the winning ad already in the campaign. And then once it's in the campaign, you can just click publish. Now, once your new CBO is running, you're then going to have to do again the 24-hour rule. But then on the 5th day, if you're then seeing success, being profitable, what you do is you change the CBO budget. Now, I like to change the CBO budget between $50 to $100. Now, this depends on how profitable you are. Now, let's say your break-even ROAS in my instance is 1.2, and my ROAS after 5 days is on 2.3. That's very good. I might want to increase it by $50 on day 5. Now, let's say another 5 days has gone, and now my ROAS in the campaign's at 4. I then might want to increase it by, guess what, 100, which is being more aggressive. Now, if after another 5 days it drops, I might want to then lower it by 50. So I'm lowering it by 50 to 25, depending on how bad it drops. Now, you keep that going till as high as you can get a CBO. Sometimes I've took CBOs to 10K a day. Sometimes I've took them to 5K a day. It just depends how far you can take them whilst they remain profitable. But that is my latest Facebook ads mastery, guys. Let me know what you thought of it in the comment section below. How can we advertise our dropshipping products for free and get sales? So you can see here on the sheet, I've put non-influencer marketing strategy. So I am going to be going over an influencer marketing strategy later on. And this is why we need an email account so that we can use influencer marketing. So the first strategy that I actually want to go over is the Facebook group strategy. So what you want to do is you want to search for Facebook groups that have your audience on there. For example, if I'm selling a fashion product, I want to join fashion groups. Now, what you want to do is you want to go over to your Facebook account. If you've not already got one, make one. Now, I'd actually recommend that you use a burner account. A burner account basically means an account that doesn't have your name on it. So you can see here, this account I literally bought online, and this is one of the profiles that I got with it. Now, even if you're going to be using a burner account, you do need to customize it so it fits your audience. Now, once you've set up your account and your profile, which is super easy to do, you want to go to where it says discover groups on Facebook, and then where it says discover, you can see here where it says search groups. You can see here I've searched for fashion inspiration, fashion trends, fashion factory, fashion lovers, fashion styles, and let's say I click on one of these. You can see once I search for fashion inspiration, it showed me loads of different Facebook groups that are coming up. Now, I joined this one yesterday and it's got 50,000 members on there, and you want to join the ones that have a lot of members, 50,000, 7,000, 150,000. Now, let's say, for example, I want to join this group. I'm going to click it. And number one, I want to see what type of group it is. It's a private group, so I can't actually scroll through it. So if it's a private group, you just click join group. Now, you can see I'm on this group called fashion lifestyle. But what I want to do is, if it's a private group, you're going to click join group, and then it will ask you to fill out a questionnaire. And once they approve it, you'll be able to see the group. Now, you want to check to see if the group's actually active. You can see there's 12,000 people in this group, but barely any interaction is going on with these posts. There's a few likes, but there's barely any comments. You want to be joining groups where there's lots of comments and lots of likes. Now, you can see here, I joined this group called Real Fashion Stars. It's got almost 400,000 members, and you can actually see that the posts are active. There's like lots of likes, 127 likes, and the comments are way more active. 12 comments, 13 comments, because you want engagement. Now, only join the groups that are engaged and actually active. Don't just join dead groups, because you're not going to see any benefit. Now, you're probably thinking, hold on there a second, where do I get sales from this? Because what you're going to do is you're going to go back to that Facebook group once you've joined them, and guess what you're going to do? You're going to create a post. You're going to pretend like you found a product that you want to buy online and you want people's opinions. That way, people don't think you're selling, and people are just thinking that you want their opinion. So you can see here, I'm writing a post saying, I have found this dress. It looks amazing on this model. I'm debating about buying it. I want to wear it to my mom's birthday meal. What do you guys think of it? Would you wear it? Now, the reason why I've written this is because number one, I'm saying it's my mom's birthday. So people are going to be very thoughtful anyway if I mention that. And then I'm saying, would you wear it? So I'm trying to get people to interact with the post. are you going to want to wear it? People are going to say yes, no. Even if they say no, the more interaction, the more the post is going to get seen on the page. So this is going to try and spark interest and conversation for them people to buy it. So what you want to do is you want to post it. Now remember, when you post it, it's probably going to go under review first. So the admins of the page have to review it. And the whole purpose of writing something like this is so the admins approve it, because they don't think you're trying to sell anything. But if you try and hard sell, they're going to probably decline it. Then in the comments section, around about 20 minutes later, you want to put, I found this dress here for those that are asking in the PM. Now I'd recommend that you wait between 20 minutes and a few hours. This strategy works better once you've actually got engagement, because it's more realistic. Then once you put this in the comment section, it's more realistic for people to believe it. So strategy number 2 to advertise your dropshipping store for free and gain thousands and thousands of dollars is the Pinterest strategy. So the first thing that you want to do is create an account on Pinterest. Now, when you create your account, it's crucial that you do the following steps that I'm about to tell you. So you're obviously going to get your name of your account. Now, the name of your account should have keywords related to what you're trying to do. So for example, the name of my company is called Vogue Vibes. That's the name that I've chose for my brand. Why have I chose Vogue Vibes? Because Vogue is a big keyword in the fashion industry. Vibe is a slang word that's commonly used as well, so they go well together. Then I'll put a little bracket saying modest fashion, because remember, if I try and go for the whole fashion industry, it's going to be very tough. So modest fashion is a subcategory that is more likely for me to rank for. So I've put them together, and hopefully that will get people to come to my account. Now, where it says the about section, I literally got ChatGPT to do this. I just told ChatGPT that I'm selling modest wear and I need a Pinterest bio. And ChatGPT said, empowering elegance through modesty, drive into Vogue vibes for chic, modest fashion inspiration, discover styles and expression crafted just for you. And then it's got even a hashtag saying modest trendy. That way I'm actually going to get found in the search engine for my page. Now, where it says website, you can put the link to your website if you want to, but it doesn't actually matter. It's up to you if you want to do so. But I can't emphasize this enough. If you're going to be putting domain names and links into websites, they have to be official websites. They can't be the myshopify.com ones. They will get banned. You have to have a legitimate domain name that has www, then your brand name. Then the username is crucial. Make sure the username has keywords. So mine's Modest Vogue, because that will help you get found in the search results. And when I say help you get found, not for your actual profile, but for the posts that you make later on. Now, obviously you need to add your logo here where it says photo. And once you've done that, guys, you can move on. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you want to add a banner here. Now, I literally got ChatGPT to make this. I said I need a Pinterest banner and I'm selling modest wear, and it made me this banner. This banner is great for what I'm doing and it's all unique. So guys, once you've got your account made, we can now move on to the juicy part, which is creating a pin and a board. So the first thing that you want to do is on the home page, it'll either say create a board, or if you come to the top left, you're going to see create pin organic. Obviously, we're going to want to do organic because we're using free methods, so click create pin. Now, the first thing that you want to do when you've created your pin is you want to upload an image of the product that you want to advertise. So let's say hypothetically, I'm trying to advertise one of these modest dresses. I'm going to go back and I'm going to upload the image of the product. Now, you want to make sure the image that you're uploading is in the same dimensions that Pinterest recommends. So you can Google Pinterest dimensions and you want to make sure that it suits that dimension. Now, you can either get the images from the AliExpress supplier, or you can search for it on Google, or the better way is by going on TikTok. TikTok, you can find some really good videos, print screen a section of the video that you like, and then use that as an image. Now, once you've found your image, the good news for me is my supplier had really good images. I'm going to want to upload it here. Now, where it says add title, this is where you got to think of keywords that people are using on Pinterest. This is so important, guys. So what I've called this is modest, elegant, maxi dress. Each one of these are keywords. Modest is one word, dress is another keyword, maxi is another keyword, and elegant is another keyword. That way, when people search for one of these words, hopefully my pin shows up on Pinterest. Now, where it says description, the rule of thumb that I like to use is literally just say what's in the image. So I'll put modest dress, summer dress, maxi dress, summer vibes. So where it says add a link, you can put your product page on your Shopify here if you want to, but this is one of the methods that you can use. I think when you're starting out, it's probably best not to put links in because you'll damage the reach to start with. Pinterest doesn't really like it when you go aggressive as a new account. So if you leave it without a link, that's what I would do for the first 2 weeks and then start adding links a little bit later on. And if your pins get demand, which I'll talk about later, then you can start adding them in later on. Now, this is where things get very important. It's going to say choose a board. Now, you can see I've already created a board called Modest Summer Outfits. And you can see here it says create a board. Now, this is the option that you're going to do. Click create a board. Now, you do not want to keep this board secret. Now, you want to name the board after a trending hashtag or search result on Pinterest. Now, you're probably thinking, how am I going to figure that out? So what you need to do is you need to open up another tab on Pinterest. So once you've opened another tab on Pinterest, you want to go back to the top left where the menu bar is, and you want to go for research and trends, which is right here. You can see here it says trends. You're going to want to click that. Now, once you've done that, it will say Pinterest trends, and you can see all the trends that are coming up. So you want to search for your niche. So I'm going to type in modest fashion. So you can see here modest outfits is the third hashtag, and you can see by looking at the graph, it is starting to blow up. You can see here it's blowing up. Now, we are not going to be using modest outfits as the board name. We're going to go where it says related trends, and you can see it says simple outfits. The problem is that isn't really who we're after. Then you can see modest summer outfits has gone absolutely crazy right now. And you can also see that cute modest outfits has absolutely ripped. And you can also see that modest outfits summer, which is reworded compared to this one, is starting to rip. So if you can see right there, the charts are going parabolic. So those are the ones that we're going to want to name for our board because they got the most interest at the moment on Pinterest. So if I go back to create a board, I'm going to name it after this here, which is called Modest Outfit Summer. Then once I've done that, I'm going to click create. Then where it says tag topics, you don't need to enter anything here. And where it says more options, it's going to show allow people to comment and show similar products. You want both of these turned on because it helps with the algorithm. Then once you've done that, guys, and you go back to your profile, you're going to see your first board here, and it's going to show how many people have viewed it, how many people have clicked it in the last however many days you've posted it. Now, I literally posted this about 4 hours ago. It's already got 16 views and 2 likes, and I've barely built this account. So that already shows you how much traction there really is on Pinterest. Now, you can view it by clicking on it, and you can also edit it. You can always store it. You can always share it and stuff like that. But for now, the best thing to do is leave it. Because the key right now, guys, is to build your account. You want at least 10 boards on your account. Now, the first board is called Modest Summer Dresses. Now, we need to create another 9 boards, and they have to be related to the trending hashtags. I might want to make another board called Cute Modest Dresses. Then I might want to create another board called Modest Swimwear, as obviously that's related with summer, as a board. But you want to have between 5 and 10 boards on your Pinterest account. So the key is to get 5 to 10 boards, and you're uploading 3 to 5 pins per day to each board. So if you have 5 boards, you need to upload 3 pins to each one of those boards every single day. And the key is to be consistent for 1 month. After 1 month, you should start seeing results. And the results might be website visitors. It might be your account starting to get traction, getting followers, getting likes, getting shared, etc. Then after 1 month of getting traction, when you start uploading pins, you can start putting your link to your website in the link section. Or another great method that works better in my opinion is to build a dummy account on another email and get that person to pretend that they're into what you're trying to promote on your pins and get them to comment saying, I bought the dress here, guys, for those that are wondering. So you get a dummy account to post the link. That way you don't damage the algorithm. Now, the last thing that I want to show you on the Pinterest method is by getting good content. So you can use Canva. Canva is basically a cheat code for Pinterest. Now, Canva is completely free. You don't need their pro version. And if you search for Pinterest board, you can see some really good inspiration here. Now, some of them are pro, some of them are for free. So it's up to you if you want to invest in the pro version. You can create some amazing board thumbnails by using Canva, and you can create some amazing looking pins by using Canva. So this is the key. Now, something else that you want to do when you're using the strategy is by spying on your competitors. So if you go back to trends on Pinterest for what you're searching for, if you scroll down, you're going to see something called popular pins. So what you want to do is you want to look at their pins, look at how they've written them, look at the type of imagery they've used, and look at how they interact. That is seriously all you have to do with Pinterest. And again, the key is staying consistent with the method. So guys, that was the free course on how you can make your first $10,000 with digital products in 2024. If you've enjoyed the free course, smash that like button, leave me a comment, tell me how your journey's going so far. And again, if you want that free cheat sheet, we need to hit 1,500 likes very soon. With that being said, guys, I hope you get off to a great start, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.